Post Falls has a 3rd down and 9. See if they can't get something started here. Tono sets up once again. Goes back to pass. Looks intercepted by Childers. Childers fights off one player. Childers brought down finally on Post Falls 42-yard line. So Sandpoint's going to take over. First down. It looks like he's picked up a couple of yards. So
we're inside. We're about 5. Actually about the 6-yard line.
Bring up a 2nd and goal. Vandenberg's back. Pass into the corner. Pass is complete to Childers. Beautiful pass into the corner. That play ran just like it was intended to. Vandenberg lofted a little short pass over the shoulder of Childers. Sandpoint's on the board with another 6 points.
This time Childers, he's back around his own 42. Pretty good rush. Cliff Anderson just missed. Childers comes up at the 48 of Kellogg. He's to the 40. He's to the 35, 30. He's gone.
Yeah, he's all the way. 5 touchdown, Sandpoint.
Chad Childears with a 48-yard punt return.
And no flags anywhere, I see. So that is a touchdown for Sandpoint. He actually broke 2 tackles en route to that touchdown. Once he got after that second tackler, it was about the 30-yard line. He had clear sailing all the way down the sideline. And Chad's a fast young man. They're working now with Bob Hamilton.
I don't have a roster.
Okay, all we need is the right list here.
Yeah, they'll be coming. Every time I've been thinking about Moscow this year, I've been thinking about that game down in the Kibbie Dome last year when there was 17 seconds left in the game. Larry Copley and I were doing the game, and Chad Childears caught the pass in the end zone. And Sandpoint started, if I recall correctly, on your own 20-yard line. They drove the whole length of the field with less than a minute to play in the game. And it was fantastic come back, and without that touchdown, we wouldn't have won the game.
Battle rank is one of the really miracle finishes in all of Sandpoint Bulldogs football history.
A pro finish. Go ahead, Bob.
Here come the Bulldogs now. Number 1 is Chad Childears, who caught that pass. Number 10 is Jay Vandenberg, quarterback. 14, Cliff Anderson. His number 30 is Eric Becker. Everybody is becoming very familiar with that name. Number 33 is Len Plaster. 41, Tom Russ, leading tackler for the Bulldogs. Number 52, we'll have that number.
52 is Jeff Ward.
Jeff has switched to a guard tonight, I'm told. 53 is Scott Anderson. Number 71, Glenn Converse, he of the weird haircut. Number 74 is John Nemi. He's 85, Todd Brannigan, leading pass catcher for the Bulldogs.
The rest of the Bulldogs was Coach Mike Hagel and his staff. They look like they're fired up for tonight's game. Bob? On that play, that'll be a first time for Sandpoint on about the 48-yard line, 47-yard line of Sandpoint. Nice run by Becker. There was a quick hole opened up, and he was right through it before anybody realized it, and kept driving and picking up that yardage, Bob.
Harris is playing an even front, a pretty traditional 4-4. Get a lot of stunning out of this thing usually.
Pass out to Childers on the left side, and he's got a first down, about 11 yards on the play, down to about the 42-yard line.
Second down 4. It's a terrific situation to find yourself in. Technically 3 downs to make 4 yards.
Yeah, that just firing right at him.
Yeah. And, he figured that Moscow was going to be geared up to stop this very thing, but they aren't doing it so far, so there's no point in not running it. Here we go with the double tight end again.
Yeah.
That's power.
There's a pass out to Childers on the left side. He's down to
the ball really well.
Down to about the 14-yard line. Bob, he was lined up right out to the left, and the defender was one way, Bob, I understand.
Well, the advantage of having all those numbers, but it doesn't and always go to the winner.
Just briefly, we're going to be going down to the state tournament, so be sure and watch Channel 5 a week from tonight that you're watching it, because we're going to bring you that state tournament. We still don't know who the Bulldogs will be playing. They'll be playing either probably Mountain Home, but it could be Caldwell or Burley. But that will be on next week. It's taken on the 5-yard line. Reverse to Chad.
He's got it. Childears has it.
He's at the sideline.
Nice job.
He gets tackled on about the 35-yard line.
Bulldogs ran the old reverse. It's one of the oldest plays in football.
David Hall started to the right side, and Chad Childears came and did.
I don't think you're going to see him change now. It's got him to 8-1.
Yeah. We got 3 receivers on this play. Brannigan out to the near side, and Anderson and Childears out to the far side.
Time to throw.
Pass to
There it is.
Childears, and he catches the ball on about the 43-yard line. We're going to bring up a third and about 4 or 5. Pickup of about 10 yards. That's the type of play we're going to have to do to loosen up this defense a little bit. They roll out and pass that ball effectively, because we got good receivers, and Jay's capable of rolling out and getting rid of that ball, because he threw from the opposite. He's a right-hander. He threw from the rolling out to the left, so that's pretty good. Brannigan and Childears out wide to the right. He's rolling out to the right side this time. Pass to Childears. Chad catches it on his knees down at the 48-yard line of Coeur d'Alene, and great catch by Chad. He was down on his knees when he caught that.
He's
and
off balance, falling down. Kid's got good concentration and soft hands.
Jay was in on the sidelines talking. Vandenberg was out talking to Hagedorn there. We're back on the air, and looks like they're going to go for the first down or the touchdown. Hopefully the touchdown, and about the 10-yard line, 4th and 6.
And Anderson's is at quarterback.
And they're running a power eye with Vandenberg, the deep back. It might be a razzle-dazzle. It is. Vandenberg passing to Childears. Touchdown. All right. What a call by Hagedorn. What a call. What a call. Touchdown, Sandpoint. Razzle-dazzle. I called it before it happened. It did happen that way. And Vandenberg lined up with that deep back, and Cliff Anderson took the ball, tossed it back to Vandenberg. He had pressure, but he got rid of the ball, and Childears, right? Boy, he almost was out of the end zone, but he did catch it.
Well, they're going to go with Sandpoint.
Okay, well, yeah, that's John Nemi, and he's a senior this year. Defense and offensive tackle for Sandpoint. Glenn Converse is also plays on the defensive and offensive lines, and he's a junior this year. He's going to be back.
Spark plug for him too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a real quick athlete. He was injured with a fourth part last year. Here's our standout tight end, Todd Brannigan, and he's a senior. Had a fantastic year, although we haven't passed very much, so he hasn't really caught a lot of passes. But on defense, he's done a fantastic job. Cliff Anderson now has been moved to the tight end position. He can also play quarterback. He's a senior and a standout defensive end for Sandpoint. And Scott Anderson, another senior standout player on the both offense and defensive lines. We're going to miss some of these seniors next year, Larry, I'll tell you. Here's Tom Russ. Now, Tom just came back last week after a broken collarbone in the Moscow game. And he's got special shoulder pads to equalize the blow of any blows he gets. And he's a real team leader, leading tackler before he got hurt. So we're looking for big things out of Tom today. That's Eric Becker. That's number 2 tight end, number 2 rushing back in our league. And he's a standout middle linebacker for Sandpoint. They're
What did you say, about 20 yards shy of 1,000 yards?
That's right, yeah. And Harvey Hernandez, number 12, was introduced as a defensive back, and there's Chad Childears. Harvey's a junior. Chad Childears, a senior, standout in for Sandpoint, and we're going to miss him next year. He's a senior. And there's Len Plaster, standout back for Sandpoint. Him and Eric combined for over 300 yards last week in that Mountain Home game, and that last player was Lynn Placer. The one before that was David Hall. David's a junior, and Lynn is a senior. David hasn't started, but he's played in a lot of games. He ran 2 touchdowns, 2 punts back for touchdowns in Kellogg this year. So
I'd say Idaho. We have, Childers and I believe Becker back deep for us.
that'll be Hall back there.
Hall, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Hall's on the left and Childers on the right. The short backs are Becker, and I can't remember now who the other one would be.
Hernandez, maybe?
Yeah, maybe he is. There's a kickoff.
Short kick. It's going to go to
Hall on about the
reverse to Childers. Boy, they're ready for it.
Goes up to the 20 and down to the 22-yard line. They're waiting. They've watched films of us, I'm sure, and they know that we can do that. And Childers has returned 3 punts, 3 kickoffs. I don't know whether they're punts or kickoffs or whatever for touchdowns this year.
Would that be a record for Sandpoint?
I'm not sure whether it is or not, but he did in 3 successive games. He did 1 touchdown. I can't recall his name now. I should know his name really well. Nick Price.
Nick, yeah.
And he's down there with his jersey from last year. Nick and Chris been doing a good job of helping with the team this year. Been traveling with them. And here's kickoff now and low kick. Picked up by Childers on the 15, he's back to 20, the 25, the 30, up to about the 34-yard line. A nice, that ball that's kind of squirted all around, hit one Sandpoint player, bounced back, Childers picked it up, and
about a 20-yard return on it.
I go regroup, Yeah, definitely, we've got to retain possession here. Be nice to score, but
Bonner's Ferry asked me to predict the score of this game, and I'm not going to tell you until afterwards, Cale.
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Hand off.
Anderson.
He's got Childers. Childers going to go all the way. 25-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Sandpoint.
No flags, either. No flags.
Chad Childears all alone. Got that ball at about the 45-yard line. I don't fall. He fooled me on that play.
Well, Vandenberg handed it off to Cliff Anderson. Cliff Anderson dropped back in the pocket, and Childers was all alone, and give Anderson a lot of credit for getting it to him.
Boy, that was great play and completely fooled Idaho Falls. Now, I know that that's one play they were working on. They've tried it a couple times recently, only it wasn't that formation that they did it. They had a power I formation with, yeah, they can win easily, and as we know, everybody knows now, Highland beat Fort Lane for the championship, and they won Division I. So, without a doubt, I think this Idaho Falls team is the best team in the state.
Childers from the 15, and he breaks a tackle or two and gets it out to about the 28. So a good 13-yard return by Chad Childers with 9:25 left to go, 4th period. Bulldogs trailing it.
Rush.
It's me. This is University's talented running back, Jeff Bearwald. He takes it all the way in for the score. It was 6-0 Meade after the conversion failed. Then later, University comes back. Quarterback Matt Mikesell hits Scott Sherrick. And then a few plays later, John Wood takes it in. The conversion was good. It was 7-6. And you see it right there. University over Meade tonight. A final of 30-22. Now, in a non-league contest, North Central traveled to Pasco, and the Indians come up 13 points short. Frontier League, Cheney with a big win over Pullman, 27-14. No report from Deer Park. Colville, a rough night against Clarkston, 35-6 in a non-league game. Sandpoint pays a visit to East Valley, and the Knights fall 26-7. The highlights from East Valley: Sandpoint and White, they punch it in from a yard out. The Bulldogs on top 13-7, and Keith, the camera's rolling on this next play. East Valley with the punt. Sandpoint's Chad Childears takes the ball at his own 35, a nice spin move. He then breaks a couple of tackles. He gets to the sidelines, and he is gone. A nice block right there by number 10, Jay Vandenberg. Touchdown, Sandpoint. The Bulldogs over East Valley, a final of 26-7. And one other score called in tonight. Kettle Falls hammers Cusick, a final of 38-6. Well, in baseball.
Yeah, we got to hold them now, Bob.
Big down. Curious to see what the Bulldogs are going to go into for defense here. They're going back to their 4. Blitz, they got it.
And Russ has got him back on about the 46-yard line of Bosco. That was a blitz, and nobody picked Russ up at all. He just shot right through. And
beautiful timing.
Great play by Sandpoint. Great play, great call. And what a defense we got this year. That's going to bring up a 4th and 12 in the obvious punting situation. Hall and Childers will be deep to receive for Sandpoint. That's an official's timeout. Equipment problem there. It looks like with Russ, the referee is helping him, or one of the referees is.
Yeah, might have broken a shoulder pad on that last hit.
Yeah, you can hear it all the way up here, couldn't you? Patterson's standing on his own, about his own 34-yard line for the punt. Deep to receive is Childers and Hall.
No pressure.
Nice kick again by Patterson. Caught by Childers.
Nice job, Chad. Nice job.
He might get it. He got to the 40, the 45.
He got it.
He's all the way. There he goes. 25, 20, 15. Holy Toledo touchdown, Sandpoint. Chad Childears. What a run by Chad. He took that at about the 20-yard line. About an 80-yard return, Bob.
Beautiful, beautiful blocking.
Outstanding. And he was hit. He got that ball, and anybody else that would have jarred him loose, and he just bounced right back and took off for the left side. Nice blocking all the way out.
Followed his blocking. Great job by everybody.
What